everyone. So the SABs are here today. We're going to give you another little update about what we've been doing this semester since we last updated you. There's been lots going on, so we'll try and get through it. So about a week or so ago, we hosted a housing debate. This was in conjunction with the Surrey Advertiser, a local newspaper, and we had a number of different people on the panel, and the main reason for hosting it was because the amount of stories and issues that we hear from students about their housing experiences is really shocking. So whether or not it's, you're paying really high rent, or you've got poor living conditions, we've asked for that feedback, and we thought, what better way to kind of address it head on than to do it in a housing debate. So we had Saskia on the panel, as well as Tony Ruth, who is a member of Guildford Borough Council. We had a representative from a pro-developer site, as well as a local estate agent company. So there were loads of different things discussed, and kind of one of the main things I think that we kind of got from it was that students and the community need to work more harmoniously going forward. There's a lot of kind of negative vibes from the town on some sort of factions of students, and I know Saskia and all of the SABs are working really heavily to kind of change that perception of students, because students do a lot of good in the community. We work there, we contribute financially, we study in Guildford, we give a lot back to Guildford. So I think it was a really positive debate moving forward, so watch this space for more info.
Hi guys, so this month we had the by-elections early in November, which was a collaboration of efforts from all the SABs, including Democracy Committee. We decided to go over by-election. It was really successful. We had a high number of turnouts in terms of voting and people watching it, and we elected Lucy Cook as Saskia's new community zone member. We also had a course rep conference, first time done anything on that scale, and the second one was the largest one we ever had, and we had about 158 course reps on Saturday, which was absolutely amazing. We also had a course rep assembly. It was the first time course reps actually got to sit down and talk to the higher execs and ask them questions on anything that may be troubling them on their course, or just anything that might be hampering their student experience a little bit. And there was a genuine response from the university as to how we can move forward in these issues. After the assembly, we had a lot of meetings in conjunction with that, and moving forward, we'll be making sure that course reps are involved in that. We also had a trip to the Houses of Parliament. I myself and some SAB and some union staff and some part-time officers went along to London to have a look at where change has been made from a government perspective. And a few of us, including myself, it's the first time we've been to House of Parliament, and it was really great, and we got to meet our local MP, Anne Milton, as well. And lastly, we also had a member of the NUS, Sarana, Vice President Higher Education, came down to talk to the course reps, and they were really engaged with the whole idea. They were asking questions, because they really wanted to know what's going on in higher education, so that was great. And yeah.
Hi guys, again, your third hey. This kind of month and a bit has kind of been really busy for the support zone as well. Big shout out to Leke, one of the support zone members, who had a couple of religious talks on every Friday of November and one early December. So they were really good. So shout out to him for that. He put lots of hard work into that. So that was great. One of my campaign points was more campaigns. So we had Let's Talk Mental Health, which was really good. We gave out a total of over like 400 stress balls. Me and the SABs, we went out talking to people. The Monday was focused on men's mental health, so we did a lot of talking about that. That's another video, so please do check that video out too as well. Shameless plug. And there's just loads of events going on. Craft SOC, politics SOC, feminist SOC, lots of societies got involved in doing things for Let's Talk Mental Health as well, trying to raise awareness and trying to kind of get rid of stigma, because there's no reason why there needs to be stigma around it. We had 2 film nights as well. We showed A Beautiful Mind and Inside Out, and there was like free popcorn and stuff, and that happened here in the front room, so that was really great. Also had my eating disorders and body dysmorphic disorder campaign in the early December. That was mainly an online campaign, just about raising awareness, equipping people who might be friends of people with these disorders, and how to help them, but to help their friends, if that makes sense. And also, another one of my manifesto points is looking at the wardens and how effective the system is and things like that. So if anybody has good experiences and bad experiences, things they want to tell us about wardens, please do get at us. Really like to hear what you have to say. Kind of want to take your feedback on board and look at better working with them. Another thing we've been working on is the library. We have a really fantastic team in the library, Caroline Rock and Co. And we're really trying to make sure we develop more learning spaces, places for thought. Like, a library is also about learning, but also about, being able to reflect and not being too stressed and things like that. So we've been working on kind of developing a more harmonious community in the library. I think that's the best way to put it. Watch this space, guys, because that should be really good.
In the last video, I talked about how I was recruiting community reps, and so far we've recruited 11, which is brilliant because the target is 12. And so we have a rep for all the different areas surrounding the university, and they are student volunteers that live in Guildford. And we've now sorted out email accounts for them. So you will hopefully soon, if you live off campus, be notified of who your community rep is. And if you have any issues with neighbours, or if your neighbours have any issues with you guys, then they can contact their community rep, and hopefully we can get it sorted from the ground. The idea is also hopefully that these community reps will be able to work in a positive way and potentially put on like community events in your area. So that's going really well. Also recently we had Battle of the Bands. So you may have seen a bit of it on Facebook, but it was a really great event. We had 8 student bands that were narrowed down from 16 originally, and they were all amazing standard. They performed live in front of an audience of a few hundred in Rubik's, and we also had 3 industry expert judges, and they helped decide who the winner was, and the winner was Three Kings, which is a brilliant band made up of music students. So yeah, they won the trophy, and they will have promotion on our website, and also they will perform at Student Awards. So yeah, that was really great. And one project that I'm working on right now is a Christmas holiday events planner. So it's particularly aimed at the students that are going to be stuck at uni over Christmas. So I really wanted to provide a planner that has lots of events that are going on in Guildford, in the surrounding areas of Guildford, and also in London, just to help give like an idea of what's going on, and hopefully improve their holiday experience. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
The activity zone have been pretty busy throughout November. We've had a lot going on. So we had, if you remember in the last video, I spoke about This Girl Can. So that went really well. We had a talk from Emma, who is a member of the Cox's crew. She came down on the Friday. She came and spoke about the experiences of her and her female-only team who rowed across the Pacific Ocean, which was incredible. And they did it all for charity, so that was great. All students are welcome to that. We then also had the student takeover at the sports park, which was on the Saturday. We had just over 100 female students, which was absolutely fantastic. Loads of positive feedback, having a look at all the data that we received. It's something that students would like to see progress and develop in the future, which is really, really exciting. We've also had BOP Week happen throughout November, so this was all about boosting our potential, which was really fun. Trying to help students recognise their employability and their enhancements of skill sets through the activity involvement. So we had a timetable of all the events in both sports and societies, which went on for the whole week, and we also had BOP Day, which was in the library foyer. We had a massive BATAC machine where students had to hit the different buttons that lit up and things like that. It was really successful. We also made little LinkedIn cards so that you can have a look at starting up your own LinkedIn profile if you haven't already, having a look at the sorts of skill sets that you will have developed through getting involved in activities, and basically linking the two together. Because it was quite a success, so we think it'd be useful for students in the future. We are going to do BOP Week again in the new year, so have a look out for that. And we've also recently passed a motion at exec from the activity zone, which was a policy on initiations, which was basically to make sure that all students that want to take part in activities are doing so in a welcoming and friendly environment, and just making sure that everyone feels comfortable to take part in activities, which is fun.
So as you can hear, we've been super busy, and that's just really a snapshot of what we've been up to. There's so much going on in the day-to-day SAB life in the union. I think one thing that we're all working on, and I'm kind of taking the lead on, is around the issue of infrastructure. And I spoke heavily about it at the course rep assembly that Ty referred to. Obviously, some students are having a really great experience at university, which is fantastic, but not all of you are, and we're hearing that in drips and drabs depending on what course you're on. And some of you are on business management, and you've expressed concerns about the kind of the nature of how your course is set up. Some of you can't get seats in your lectures, some of you are feeling a bit crammed in your tutorials. So, you know, we want to know more about this. If you're not having a great experience on your course, whatever course it may be, you know, you must come and tell us, and you must come and tell us about the experience you're having. It doesn't just sort of end at your course. You know, if you're queuing hours for food at lunchtime, or it's taking forever for you to get an appointment at the Centre of Wellbeing, again, we want to hear about that. We want to know, you know, why that's happening, and really try and tackle it head on. So any experiences you're having, good but also bad, please come and tell us, because that's what we're here for, and you know, that's where we go and challenge senior members of staff on your behalf. I think finally, have a great Christmas, have a great holiday, have a great New Year. We really hope you chill out, don't do too much revision, have fun whatever you're doing, and keep a lookout for more updates over the break around Surrey Decides, which is our annual election process, which takes place February, March next year. So more info to come on that, but for now, have a great break and we'll see you soon.